And if you want to, please fill the front seat first. Thank you very much. All right, I think we're good to start. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining with us this afternoon. I would like to say thank you very much to all of you, guests, also panelists, for participating in our session. It will be a very interesting one because we're going to talk about the future of digital trade policy and governance, driving digital trade and economic growth. This parallel session 2C is hosted by the Center for Strategic and International Studies Indonesia in collaboration with Google. And we were lucky that we have Manjit on the stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dandy. We have an excellent keynote coming up right away. We have Wijaksono, who is the Director General of International Trade Negotiation from Indonesia's Ministry of Trade. Mr. Wijaksono, I request you to deliver your keynote.
Sorry. Thank you, Madam Moderator. Very good afternoon, everyone. Honorable panelists, Manjit Kripanali, Executive Director of Gateway House, and Jake Drake Brockman from University of Adelaide, Johannes Fritz, CEO from Global Trade Alert, Eunice Huang, Head of Asia Pacific Trade Policy from the Google, Pak Jose Rizal Damuri, my Executive Co-Chair T20 Indonesia, as well as Lead Co-Chair for Task Force 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to begin by extending my highest appreciation to the T20, particularly Trade Investment Task Force, for bringing together globally recognized think tanks and academics to develop research-based policy recommendations for the G20 Trade Investment Industry Working Group policy-making process, which is I've been asking as the chair of this working group. And within the next 2 weeks, we organize the final round of this TII back-to-back. Let me also to appreciate the distinguished panelists who are contributing to the important session. It is an honor for me to have this available opportunity to attend this event virtually. Ladies and gentlemen, trade investment industry are an essential factor in propelling the ability of countries to embark upon a stronger and faster recovery from the pandemic. With the unprecedented geopolitical situation, it seems to be strongly interrupting the global recovery, the role of trade supported by investment and industry become even more crucial. As a result, global growth projection has been slashed to just 2.9%, this year hike up to 8.7% in developing countries. This condition is expected to suppress real income per capita in 2023 to remain below pre-pandemic levels in nearly 40% of developing countries. In addition, global food prices also soared and energy prices by 50%. It persists, more than 300 million people may experience severe food insecurity. With all the political and economic modalities, it is embedded with that G20 will serve as a strategic platform to respond those challenges. What we sometimes still thought the new or future economy is actually the economy we have now. It is an increasingly digitalized economy, which continue to grow and evolve. Digitalizations also support the global supply and value chains through convergent progress on digital trade facilitation, reducing trade costs, ensuring the continuity of trade flow, and eventually increasing opportunity for companies, especially MSMEs, to integrate to global market. That is why we approach digital trade policy with thoughtfulness. So we must pursue an inclusive, sustainable policy that advance the quality of life of human beings. The policy we develop must be calibrated with our. In addition, we have to maintain the adaptability in our digital trade policy so that they remain resilient and long-lasting. I also believe that our approach to digital trade policy must be grounded in how it affects our people and our society. We must remember that people are more than just page views, clicks, or subject of surveillance. Content creators, workers, inventors, and entrepreneurs that must be protected, both by government policy and through arrangement with other governments. Distinguished colleague, I believe G20 Trade Investment Industry Working Group under Indonesia G20 presidency can be part of a solution and enhance synergies among G20 countries' global economic challenges, including digital trade policy. G20 TII Working Group acknowledges the opportunity offered by digital transformation and the importance of supportive and collaborative digital trade policy for managing the risks and challenges associated with digital advancement. This may be addressed through, among others, strengthening G20 members' collective effort in bridging the digital divide. Number two, connectivity by leveraging private sector capital as well as expertise. And third, building coherent, responsible regulatory frameworks to boost business and consumer confidence. Last but not least, enhancing cooperation on digital security as well as digital skills and digital literacy. Some work of G20 TILWG also aligned with the discussion on G20 Digital Economy Working Groups, or DEWG, which is to strengthen digital connectivity and post-COVID-19 recovery, bridging digital divide through improving digital skills and literacy, and recognizing cross-country data flow. We need to be mindful that not all countries and people are equally equipped to maximize and harness the benefit of digital transformations. On the issue of free data flow with trust and cross-border data flow, the DEWG Forum has acknowledged the importance of data challenges such as those related to privacy, data protection, security, intellectual property right, in accordance with the relevant applicable legal frameworks. The forum also has recognized of the Indonesian presidency to initiate discussion on the principle of. Furthermore, the cross-cutting nature of digital transformation and its impact on different sectors underpin potential utilization of digital technologies in various sectors, including trade, investment, as well as in industry. Distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I'm confident that this dialogue today will facilitate the exchange of ideas and perspectives to lay the foundation for more need concrete action, which can contribute to the achievement of priority issue of G20 TILW. I also believe that international cooperation and collaboration within and beyond the G20 will help to leverage the full benefit of digital transformation and digital trade currently underway. Such efforts are essential to ensure that digital trade and digital transformation facilitate the promotion of opportunity for people in vulnerable situations to meaningfully participate in digital economy. I wish all of you a discussion. I thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much. May I ask my panel to come to the Jose? I'm going to run through a very brief description of our excellent panel. There are four. Two are virtual and two are here. I'm going to start with Jane, who is Jane Drake Brockman, is a very well-regarded trade economist. She has been a diplomat with the Australian government, leading some of their trade negotiations. and she is now a professor at the University of Adelaide. Thank you, Jane. And Jose is our host. I don't think he needs an introduction, but thank you very much. And we have with ourselves virtually from Singapore, we have Eunice, who is with Google. She was a former diplomat with Singapore. She's been part of Singapore's trade negotiation and the representative at WIPO and the WTO. So she has tremendous expertise which she brings to us. And Johannes Fritz runs the Digital Policy Alert, which is an excellent newsletter. You should all read it. It is an initiative that focuses on the digital economy. So I'm going to run through a few questions. We're going to jump in right away. But this is such an important session. And I understand that Indonesia has really taken the lead on set the tone for the next 4 years, because we've got 4 developed trade and goods kind of background, especially India. They're going to leap right into the new economy. And we all have to remember that, especially for these developing countries, whatever it is, whether it's digital or physical, it has to be 5 things: affordable, accessible, adaptable, appropriate, and it must have transparency and trust. So with this, I'm going to start right away. Jane, I'm going to start with you, since you really are the receptacle of all knowledge. What exactly is digital trade? Because there is no definition, and there isn't one even in the G20, so maybe you can help us form out one.
Okay, well that's a great place to start, especially having just heard the Director General from the Ministry of Trade tell us that the digital economy is the entire economy, and therefore we're all probably digital trade and trade. So we've only recently come to jointly to share a definition and a conceptual understanding of digital trade, and we've only very recently come to accept internationally a share. So basically, in a nutshell, the way it has been defined by the global institutions, and I mean the IMF, the WTO and the OECD, in the handbook for measuring digital trade, and it basically has 3 components. So first of all, everything that is ordered digitally, everything that is ordered online over a digital communications network. And obviously, what is digitally ordered includes goods, and it also includes services. So that's the first component. And the second component is everything that is digitally delivered via online networks. And as defined in the handbook, only services can be digitally delivered, and many services which are digitally ordered are increasingly also becoming digital, and that is the commercial flows, only the flows that attract financial payments transactions, the commercial flows cross-border of data, because all of these digital transactions are underpinned by data flows. So the third component is the cross-border data flow, and the handbook defines those also as services, as digital services. So the very first work has begun. It was UNCTAD that kick-started this work to try and measure the extent